was off the hand of West, but George catches it with momentum up the floor. And to the basket, Paul George gets Indiana on the board.
And you know he's going to be looking to get inside. He's been struggling.
Sprain, so Donald Sloan is getting the call behind George Hill tonight.
I don't think they're getting the kind of production that they're anticipated, Mark, from their bench after adding Scola and Watson and all those guys to the mix.
Paul George for three. Well, Indiana still has a low-scoring bench, even with some upgrades.
Yeah, the only tricks.
It still blows my mind.
I know.
Averaging 10.5 points a game this season. Marion on the board for the first time tonight. Close out by Carter. Scola gives the ball up. Tough catch in the corner for Paul George. Calderon trying to keep him in that corner. George still shoots though and hits.
He can't play better defense than that. I don't know if he'll be able to play as much golf as he likes to.
Here we are, showering the man, Harp and I, with praise. Yes. With well-deserved praise. Well, this is a three that could tie the game and start the third quarter with Paul George.
I like that.
Hadn't found the rhythm. Kind of weird seeing him struggle because he's definitely getting his shots in this game tonight.
Indiana has not led tonight. A three would put them in front. It's a drive for Paul George. He'll get the continuation and can score the three the hard way to give Indiana their first lead.
Tick you up for that.
Paul George is an 87% free throw shooter. That's for the technical. And
now than they did to start this game. And like we talked about going into halftime, that Dallas has to match the intensity that they're trying to bring right now.
Back to Paul George, and Paul George misses a shot. David West off an offensive rebound. No. Hibbert with an offensive rebound over Blair. West on the cut. West with a shot. And inside, Paul George able to keep it in play for Indiana. His shot goes.
Well, that reminds you of when Portland part of the rim on the lefty hook.
He's still a 7. Evan Turner. Scoreless 20 minutes for Turner tonight. This ball is picked up underneath for Paul George.
I come up with
a defensive 3-second call leads to this technical foul free throw.
That he was very patient, waited until Dallenberg could get exactly where he could rise and flex that.
Which is sent by Chris Paul, slow it down on the dribble and let the defense almost run up into your back.
Exactly. Keep that dribble alive.
Strong drive, Paul George foul.
He's go straight to the bucket. He went back to his left to force the defense to collapse.
Nobody does it better than Chris Paul.
Practically Ellis handling the ball and driving a lot. But
he and Monte complement each other very well. Yep. Because of Monte's ability to get inside, Jose's ability to stand around the perimeter and knock down outside players. You don't want to force him to bend down and have to handle a pass that difference.
A little bit more rest time for Dirk, I would think. Not much, though. Paul George against Carter. Down low to David West. Outside to George Hill. By the way, Dirk walking to the scorer's table right now, so is Devin Harris. Only 5 on the shot clock for Paul George. Got him up in the air and will go to the line. The step-back maneuver. The Mavs led 87-77. Now Indiana's on a run. 9-2, a chance for shooting 51%. Mavs shooting 43%. The difference is that Dallas, Indiana's actually made more free throws. Remember, Indiana had crept to within 2. Paul George running free to the three-point line. Mavericks recover defensively. He drives, he kicks. Close out by Harris to Hill. Shot clock down to 4. Hill goes baseline. Scoop shot, no. Put back for David West.
Well, the defense came over to try and challenge the shot.
Paul George 25, Lance Stevenson 21, but only 3 in the second half. Now a drive by Paul George. Quick move, foul. Don't want that.
No, that's too quick. You're right, Mark.
Seconds. George at the free throw line tonight for Paul George. 26 points, 11 boards. Made all of his free throws. 8-point game.